I feel like things started to really change, at least commercially for you guys, once Expansion Team drops. Because
the first album wasn't accepted commercially, but we had such a strong fan base that we did numbers.
Yeah.
So they kept us for another.
And it was a great album.
Yeah.
Great fucking album.
Yeah.
But Expansion Team comes, and then you guys finally kind of get, I guess, a taste of what like mainstream success could look like with a record like Worst Comes to Worst.
Which is ironic because it was such like just a dilated kind of record.
It was super dilated. You had Guru doing like a little like
there's no real
bridge.
chorus.
Exactly.
Like the way Eric Sermon, just like music. We had When Worst Come to Worst, My People Come First. Just a refrain constantly coming back. The song is 1 minute and 50 seconds. Capitol said that couldn't work, so we added the instrumental at the end for like 2 minutes. If you've ever noticed, it's a short song on the vinyl, and then the beat just runs for mad long. And that's how we defeated. Like once they saw it longer, they said, "Cool, we didn't do anything different." But craziest thing is that really worked to our favor because they would play our song on Power 106, let's say, but not because they wanted to, because it was working in the format or what is tested or whatever.
Right, it was testing. Yeah,
it was working. Not because
it was researching.
It was researching, but not because the DJs at the station were excited that it was researching.
Right.
But it was, and the Capitol had some money behind it, I'm sure, so they were playing it. So they'd always play it at the end of their segment. What was dope is we had that long instrumental running at the end, so they would use that as the gap to talk about whatever the fuck
they were talking
and get the next DJ on.
Right.
And so our beat would just be running for like 5 minutes as like an ad, and it really just it propelled the song at radio for some reason. You know what I mean? And that one just worked out. And I would say that second album is the most pure Dilated ever was at the moment, because it was really our first album, the album that came out previous. We had made previous to having a deal.
Right. This was kind
the
of
first
you
time
guys
we made an album. You know what I mean? On a label. You know what I mean? And so it was.
Yeah, because it's almost like if you think of like Work the Angles was recorded as like a single, and then it ended up in a and you guys actually
Platform was just a collection of songs.
A lot of stuff that was released independently prior to that. Yeah. So the Expansion Team to me is like one of my favorite albums ever, and I think of like even just like the moments where like Phil the Agony gets an interlude and Tafari gets an interlude, and like you guys had like I feel like even live on stage ends up being like
in Step Brothers.
It ends up being like a video game song too.
It was in the movie though.
It was in Step Brothers.
It's still in the movie.
NBA Street.
NBA Street.
Yeah.
All that shit. But it's in the movie Step Brothers when they're on their job auditions.
Right. But it's like crazy that like...
Which is why we call it Step Brothers. Me and Alchemist.
Ah, I see that. But yeah, that was such a, important album just for me personally, man. Because that to me, like you said, like that album to me is like a classic. I think it's your guys' best album. And I feel like it kind of changed everything. And then Neighborhood Watch comes.
Troublesome Time.
So Neighborhood Watch happens, and then...
That's like the labels in the mix now.
So now the label's like, yo, we get a little taste.
Because we almost went gold with this last one. Did really good, you know.
Yeah. I'm assuming
probably
Worst Comes to Worst
sure
gold
now.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But the at the time, it was like...
So we
had a silver plaque in Europe or whatever. Something, it was like a big deal.
I remember the Worst Comes to Worst video. I remember like, oh shit, man, these underground dudes got a BMW. This fool got an X5, dog.
First day it came out, but so it was like, I was in my little thing right there. I don't have any jewelry. I don't do none of that. I always just want a nice car and a good microphone, and that's my jewelry. But all to say was like once that happened, Black Eyed Peas were blowing up, and a lot of A&Rs got bright ideas.
J5's doing well too. Like I feel like J5 really had some like I remember J5 would always be on like MTV at least. Like
they had it crack. Interscope was really good.
And you guys had that word of mouth tour.
That was amazing. The whole thing was dope. And then at that point it got a little cloudy. I think ambitious a little bit.
But I love Neighborhood Watch.
No, good songs. A great record with the Kanye song attached to it.
I love Neighborhood Watch. But Marathon's like one of my favorite fucking songs.
No, good. I just mean the Kanye single being like...
So was
representing the whole album that really didn't represent that song.
I would say, would you say like, was This Way like a label play?
It was a label play, yeah.
100%.
100%. And then, but that was cool because it was like, working with Kanye West really wasn't different than working with any underground beat maker to me at the time.
At that time,
He was making soul samples with break beats attached to him. I didn't see the
what's coming.
Nah.
But obviously,
you know what I'm saying?
But back then, I feel like it was obviously a different time. You guys obviously went on tour with him too, and
later. But when they're proposing Scott Storch or Kanye West as ideas, Kanye West felt like, oh, that's the guy who made Truth for Beanie Siegel.
Right.
That's a dope loop. I would have looped that. You know what I mean? Like he was.
It's more natural to the Dilated brand.
Like-minded. You know what I mean? With the East Coast sound, it wasn't that crazy to me as an idea.
This Way was one of them joints that, like, again, it like you, I'm like, oh shit, like this, it's really fucking happening. Like you turn on BT, This Way is on. The video was crazy.
It never felt right. It never felt all the way right. But a lot of the moments were genuine. And like me getting to produce on College Dropout, and then going on tour with him, he looked out for us in a major way. And he did his best to make us feel comfortable in his ascension. Like he was there for that. So I give him a lot of.
Was that era, because I feel like you said, because you was it Last Call on College Dropout that you were able to help produce, or you co-produced or whatever?
I produced that shit.
You produced the record,
and then the sample got denied, and then he took it away.
Was that something
Kanye
you guys?
West. I didn't know. After that, he just amazed me with what he did. He deserves the production.
Was that something you guys worked on in the This Way era? Were you
right then, same exact time?
So
Jay-Z was doing the Blackout.
Yeah.
I had to beat Mr. Rockefeller, Bette Midler sample, and say, can you get it to him? And then he wanted it. And then that was that.
Wow. So did you guys cut This Way in the studio with Kanye?
Yes.
So that was how was that session?
Pretty good. It was 2 days. Keisha Cole was there the whole time.
Wow.
John Legend was there the whole time. These aren't artists who are big yet. So it's not weird. I'm picking them up in my car. You know what I mean? So it's just like another day. If I pop in there and some up and coming kids, you know what I mean? And so really, I mean, it was obvious what was happening, and it was obvious that something was.
I remember,
but he was also Rockefeller, so it wasn't like he was nobody. He produced fucking.
But this is prior to the College Dropout, though.
Correct. And looking at him as an artist was what I wasn't doing. I was still looking at him like Buck Wild, or looking at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Or Just Blaze, or somebody just dope on the production side.
Yeah, because I think around that time he probably only really had like Through the Wire circulating on the mixtape scene, and then the Twister record.
No, that came out.
Was Slow Jams out?
Way later, man. He was showing us the video for Through the Wire, like the raw edit.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
So you guys go on this tour, and this was another cool LA trip of my childhood. I came out here and I saw you guys at the House of Blues, open for Ye, but this was also doubled as like, because your guys' LA date
was our release party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Neighborhood Watch dropped around that same time. And it was wild because you guys performed, and like everybody and their mom came out during this show, from what I remember. I think Exhibit came out. I feel like Dub C came out, maybe not during your set, but I just remember being at the House of Blues on Sunset and being like, yo, this is like, I've never seen so many famous motherfuckers perform in one night. Like Kanye, I think Kanye were the Young Guns on that tour?
Yep.
Young Guns were on that tour. That was a crazy tour. I still have pictures from that tour. I think at that time I was probably like 16. So I just remember I have a picture with Kanye West at the Marquee Theater in Phoenix. Picture with you guys. I got my blue Neighborhood Watch Echo shirt on. But yeah, like you said, it was almost like that was like the first tour, really. That was the College Dropout tour, right?
Yeah, so crazy.
It's like the genesis of, like, you know, obviously.
Yeah, Consequence was on tour, really though.
GLC, the hip hop violinist chick.
Mary Ben-Ari.
John Legend was just. I remember because
motherfucking who's the dude giving everybody cuts? Who's like famous, super famous barber?
Dude, it was wild though.